The German accent has a resonance that's quite unique and fun to do. It's quite distinct from the standard American English, which is right here in the middle of the mouth. And for the German resonance, push the tongue forward against the bottom front teeth and pinch the lips together so the front lip protrudes. Let's talk vowels. In standard American English, our vowels are diphthongs, meaning they give two different sounds. For instance, for an O, you got O or ah. That's not the case with a German accent. There's only one sound for each, and they sound different than English too. For instance, our vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. In Germany, it sounds very similar to Spanish. A, E, O, U. Let's talk about the I. The I in Germany gets the E sound. That is right. The internet is full of interesting information. The internet is full of interesting information. The E as an end sound gets the A sound as in gate. Therefore, expert becomes expert. End becomes aimed. Every expert is extraordinary. Every expert is extraordinary. Words in English that give the ah sound are going to give the O sound when speaking with a German accent. Dog, thought, cold are going to go to dok, tote, coat. Goes to the oo sound. I understood there was a good book in the neighborhood library. I understood there was a good book in the neighborhood library. When speaking with a German accent, try stressing the first syllable. In standard American English, we generally place our stress in the middle of the word. The guide and I had a fine time on Friday. The guide and I had a fine time on Friday. Hear that? Most of his stress was on the first syllable. That said, when you're speaking with a German accent, you're going to be stressing all of the syllables. Not like in English, we're kind of nonchalant when we say something. Eventually, I'll become an astronaut. Eventually, I will become an astronaut. Generally, Germans don't change their pitch when they speak. But if you want to take on the role of a stereotypical villain, you might emphasize the ending. For example, I will destroy you, Mr. Bond. I will destroy you, Mr. Bond. Guess what? You get to roll your R's with the German accent. For example, the cursed rebel will regret her retaliation. The cursed rebel will regret her retaliation. If the R comes at the end of the word, you're going to drop it. For instance, the Dodger is a great runner. The Dodger is a runner. However, if a word with an R at the end is followed by a word that starts with a vowel, you keep the R. I prefer it. I prefer it. Unless there's a pause. For instance, I prefer eggs. I prefer eggs. The voiceless TH, like thin, becomes thin. Thin thimbles are thick. Thin thimbles are thick. Whereas the voiced TH sound, instead of being replaced by a T, it's replaced by a Z. This, that, and the other thing. This, that, and the other thing. And if that voiced TH comes at the end of the word, stress it even more. Bathe. Bathe. When speaking with a German accent, you're going to have fun with the voiced consonants. B is going to become P. Robe. Rope. G turns into a K. Rag. Rack. Here's a fun one. For ing words, slip a K in there. I am singing. I am sinking. When you get the Z sound in English, change it to an S. Blizzards, gods. Blizzards, gods. V goes to the F. Believed, grieved. I believed. And I grieved. Z goes to the S. Don't doze off. Don't doze off. The zh sound, like vision in garage, goes to the sh sound. Vision. Garage. Words with the J sound, switch it to a CH sound. I have courage. I have courage. The W becomes a V, but it's kind of a lazy V. The lips and the teeth don't firmly go together like in standard American English. V, v. For instance, I was working on eating the wonderful Wiener Schnitzel. I was working on eating the wonderful Wiener Schnitzel. People from some parts of Germany are going to replace S words and T words with a Z. For example, those things are so slow. Those things are so slow. That's something you can do when you're embodying a character. This one too. Switch S's with an SH. I slowly smacked the schedule. I slowly smacked the schedule. Germans speaking English are going to make grammatical errors. They'll insert the wrong word. For example, I've been living here for 10 years. I've lived here since 10 years. They'll throw in an S where it doesn't belong, like Norwegians will do when trying to speak standard American English. My feet hurt. My feet hurt. Instead of saying, I play baseball, they might say, I make baseball. They might mess up when trying to speak about something that's going to take place in the future. I will go to the movies tomorrow. I goes to the movies tomorrows. Thanks for joining us. Please make a comment, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. Hope you had a good time, and I hope you go out there without any inhibition and give it your all to learn this accent and all the other accents that I've got down below in the links. Click right up there. I love you. Verabschiedung.